Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to start out by fixing some rakes. We use these rakes in the barn to scrape the manure out of the cows' beds when we're grabbing the cows for milking time. As you can see, we've got two broken rakes here. Their broomstick's basically just been snapped off. What happens when you're constantly raking the crap out of the beds, it builds up on the plastic part there, and they get super heavy, and eventually, after long enough, they just break off. So it's just kind of something you got to stay on top of. We got some new broomsticks. We're gonna take the plastic parts off the ends of these and put them on some new sticks. Alright, so we're in our shop here that's attached to the dairy barn. This is basically where my dad has all of his tools. We have a full-time heavy-duty mechanic here, and he has his tools in our main shop, and he's the guy that fixes all the equipment. So we just keep our tools separate. We don't want to get them mixed up and stuff like that. So we had this old calf barn, all this space here, so he figured he'd just put his stuff in here. And it makes it really nice if you got to fix something in the barn, because this is tied into the main cow barn. It's on the hallway of the calf barn there. So you don't even have to go outside to get tools and work on stuff, which is pretty awesome. But you guys saw there we had those broomsticks. So we're gonna be taking two of these. Look at this one. That one's a little wonky, but the other three are pretty straight. So get these up into the vice grip. See if we can get those screws out of them, because they're pretty rusted. There we go. Sweet. Gonna find some screws here now. These look pretty solid. Awesome, so these two snazzy new rakes are completely done now. You can see some of the tines or some of the teeth are broken off of the rakes. We don't actually use that side that much. It's always the flat side, because then we can scrape that crap out of the sand really easily. So as long as this side's good, the rakes are perfect for us. We'll put these in the cow barn now. So we're walking through the barn. We're gonna go and put these at the back there, because that's where we always use them. We figured there's a paddy here. I'll show you guys why we use the flat side. If you use the side with the rakes, it doesn't quite get all of the manure, but if you use the side with the flat end, it's a lot easier. Guess we can do a quick update here on the salt blocks and salt block holders. The cows just absolutely chew through these salt blocks like there's no tomorrow. We're completely blown away with how much salt they actually eat. We're putting like probably on average 3 or 4 salt blocks back in the barn here per day. There's over 300 cows in the barn, so we kind of did the math that they're eating over 100 grams of salt off of these blocks a day, which is crazy. I always like to put them in the post here at the end, but nobody else likes it when I do that, because everyone's, you know, you gotta be kind of tall to flick it out, I guess. But me and Dad are gonna go and put bedding in the corrals. We got a little bit more snow this morning, and it's been 2 days since we put bedding in the corrals. Pretty much we got to do it every 2 days, so time to put it in. We're gonna grab the 2294, which is in front of our Highline Bale Pro there, the bale shredder. Thing is, this tractor always has a really tough time starting, even parked in the heated shop here, so it smokes like crazy. So yeah, let's try getting her started. when is it going to be my turn to sit in the tractor nice and warm and you stand by the corrals?
Well, maybe when I'm in a wheelchair, but I would look at it maybe if I can get a lift somehow made on the tractor. So tough luck, buddy. You have to stand outside.
I gotta go find a hammer. You can see the snow on the cows' backs. It kind of shows you how well the cows are insulated and how warm that fur coat really is if the snow is just sitting on its back and it's not even melting. Number 34, I've made a couple of TikToks with this cow. That's the one that I could just go in the barn and lay on her back, but now she's outside, so I guess I'll have to find a new cow. The manure right behind the feed bunks here is starting to build up quite a bit. You can see they're sloping down. If it gets high enough, cows will actually start to sit on their knees when they're trying to eat out of the feed bunks. That's no good. Next week though, I think 7 days in a row it's supposed to be above freezing, so hopefully it'll get warm enough, this stuff will thaw out enough that we can get the crap off of the concrete there. Something we really got to get on now because it is starting to build up. Safety pin off of this flap here. Otherwise, when it's parked overnight in the shed, that'll slowly go down and sit on our baler. So we always got to put that safety on. You can see he's dropping it now. Just grabbing the ladies for the Sunday afternoon shift here. Get them up into the holding area, get milking going. My sister Nalene's gonna milk today though, because I was milking yesterday afternoon too, and I was trying to get a cow to move out of the parlor. I just kind of wanted to tap her leg. She booted me and she cranked my finger in between a gate and her leg. So it's a little bit black, the nail. I don't know, it still feels pretty numb, and if I hit anything, it actually hurts pretty good still. So kind of got her to milk cows, it's fine. Come on, girl. Let's go. I'm not going to put it down, okay? No! Yeah, I just yelled at my sister. She's in the parlor up front there, that I'm not going to put the crowd gate down yet. We got to move a couple groups through. Just too full. You can see this cow's right up to the back. There's just not enough room to put it down, so we'll just wait 2 or 3 more lines in the parlor. Milking's going on right there. I was looking at her milk tank here, and this line that comes off the wall there kind of makes a corner into the tank. That's the milk line. All of the milk comes from the basement up through there and goes into the milk tank. And I noticed it was kind of leaking right here. We never take this clamp loose at all, so it's probably just worked itself loose over the last year or so. And we're just gonna tighten it up. Hopefully it quits leaking, otherwise we might have to switch an O-ring around in here or something. Oh yeah, it's just loose. I just spin it with my hand, that's why. No tension on there whatsoever. I don't want to over tighten it. I don't think this clamp is the strongest thing in the world. So we'll leave it like that. So we're pretty close to being done milking here. Last cows are in the parlor. Holding area is completely empty. These last 2 ladies in the back here are 2 fresh heifers. They've only been milking for 2 or 3 days now. I'm just standing up here because there's 2 more spots. And if no one stands up here and holds her, she's probably gonna back out while she's being milked. Nalene's the lucky one that gets to be in the parlor, and I get to just stand here, so. Just gonna hold her here. Sometimes you gotta do this for fresh heifers. Best case scenario, there's exactly 12 cows. There's no room for them to back out at all. But if this is how it is, there's only 10 cows, so gotta hold her in here. So she lifted her head up out of there. girl. Yeah. All right, so I think she's done being milked here. Look at our girly. She just backed up, which is fine. She just walked straight out. I didn't close the door at the back, but she's done being milked, so guess we'll just have to leave her. Try and walk her through one more time once this gate is open. This afternoon, me and Dad are putting some cows outside from the barn here, 4 of them, and we're also gonna be bringing close-up cows into the barn after that. Just gotta put some cows in the dry cow pen and the grower pen. The water bowl in corral 6 and 7 is flowing over. No, it is.
Okay.
I thought it was melting like crazy in the corral there, but it's just pissing over. Maybe we quickly open it and shut it off, or?
Yeah, I guess.
It's that one over there, 6 and 7. It was just flowing over.
Yeah, they were drinking on it, of course.
Maybe
I should film when you go in there.
Yeah, okay.
The float is broken, I think. Well, I guess we're not going to pick out cows. We got to chop this all on. All the ice, chop it all away. Take it off, put a new float on.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll go grab the axe then. Man, I thought I was done hacking ice away from those water bowls. It's warm outside. I shouldn't have to hack ice away, but of course that one has to break, start flowing over. It's always something, I tell you guys. Vet's coming out. We have a cow that's calving. She has a problem calving. We think it's a twisted cervix. So we need the vet's help. You know what? Maybe these ladies are trying to make themselves a skating rink. Play a little ice hockey later tonight when all this freezes solid. Now, all jokes aside though, that's actually really dangerous for these cows. Good thing we caught it before it's just a solid sheet of ice here, because they will slip and they'll hurt themselves on it. So yeah, you can see she's just flowing right over. Get to hacking away. Got the axe, got some gloves, some sunnies. Mostly just to look cool while we're doing this, but also to protect my eyes a little bit too. Man, look at this one chunk we just broke loose here. Nice.
You see that?
Yep. So it's the old float. So this is a pretty simple thing that broke in here. The float was just a styrofoam ball, but that just broke for whatever reason. Maybe ice got built up on it or something over the course of this winter. So we got a replacement floaty in here, but the screws or the threads are not the same size as what was on this old one. This one's a lot bigger, so it's not screwing onto the valve there properly. Dad's going back, he's gonna check if we have another one of these or something that fits on there with the proper threads. If we're lucky, it'll be that simple. Put the lid back on, we'll be done. Carry on with our day again. Otherwise, we're gonna have to, I think, hack away more, and then you can flip the entire top of the water bowl here over, and there'll be a valve in there. We can just shut this thing off. These two corrals do have another water bowl all the way over there. Maybe you guys can see it. So it's not the end of the world if we can't get this thing going. They're still gonna have plenty of water. That is a great idea. Let's go lick an axe blade. Dude. No.
Oh. That looks like it's going to work for now. If we go this week sometime, then we should get
the proper float.
Yeah.
Sweet. Shows you how quickly your plans can change if you have plans for a day. Cow starts calving, needs help, water bowl breaks, and you were going to do some other work. But that's just the way it goes. I don't think I'm going to film when the vet comes out here. They usually don't want to be filmed, so. Well, shout out to the vet. We were outside fixing that water bowl and he showed up here quicker than we thought he would. And he was just working away with this lady here. Pulled the calf off, so that's pretty awesome. It's a heifer calf and it's alive. Little molaire calf again, that's the bull. And yeah, awesome looking calf. It's pretty big for a heifer calf. Super lucky it came off that easy. So he was telling me it was a little bit of a twisted cervix. So the cervix in a cow is just in front of the uterus, I guess, and the calf needs to go through that. So it needs to open up, but sometimes it can be twisted, and the calf was upside down. So that if the cervix twists, it makes it tight, and it's supposed to be wide open so the calf can pass right through it. But since it was twisted, the calf couldn't get out. So it wasn't being pushed out at all. Mama wasn't pushing it out because it just wouldn't go through that cervix, I guess. So super lucky. And yeah, totally worth calling the vet, obviously, because a live heifer calf, like, that's best case scenario. So that's awesome. You're never sure either, should you call the vet? Maybe you shouldn't, maybe you should. Half of the time you call the vet and they didn't need to come out, but it's definitely better to call them and have a super easy scenario like today, I guess. Or it sounded easy. He made it sound easy. Maybe it wasn't so hard. He had to spin the calf upside down and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, better to just call the vet. Guys, that's how it goes sometimes. You don't always get to do the work that you had planned for the day. Sometimes other things pop up and you got to deal with those first. And then you can just do the other stuff the next day. So we're going to have to bring close-up cows in tomorrow, I guess. And yeah, just do it the next day. I also wanted to say that we got some kid sizes on the Farm Focus site there for the merch. I had quite a few people asking, so we got a gray tee in kid sizes on there with the Sask Dutch Kid logo on there. So if anyone wanted to check that out. But thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram at Sask Dutch Kid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.